What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining. Hope you are having a great one today, as always. And today we are cracking into SW Toys Mrs. J. For some reason, 1/6 Outfitters sent it in this weird Ziploc baggy thing. I think it's because you get this and a cool throne. And instead of doing like the normal plastic bag that you would get with the figure, you get this weird Ziploc thing, um, which is not very friendly or easy to remove. I'm sorry, box. Please forgive me. There we go. Maybe. Oh, you're killing me. There we go. Success. All right. There you have it in all of her glory. So I'm pretty excited for this. It's basically Margot Robbie as the Joker, which I think is super cool. You do get a ton of fun stuff, and she does come with a really cool throne, which we'll also take a look at. At least I hope it's really cool. I haven't actually seen the thing yet. Not the best tape job ever. It's possible that they, I know sometimes they'll open and inspect it just to make sure everything's in there. I feel like that's probably not the case here. Well, maybe it is. Nah, it's not. Doesn't look like it's cracked or anything. And I would think if it was peeled off, you'd probably notice some damage to the box. Plus, they've never done that for me before. I think it's just a bad tape job in the factory. Either way, as I have learned in the past, tape and I don't get along, so stabby, you're done, and you're done as well. Hopefully that's the last time I will need that, but probably not. Now, personally, I mainly got this because I thought it would be fun to pair up with my Jack Nicholson Joker, which I still think it will be fun to do. Of course, getting her out of this box is the tricky part. There we go. Now you can still get her from 1/6 Outfitters if you're interested. She's sold out at Giant Toy. I ordered it from 1/6 Outfitters and they delivered it super fast. I was really impressed. I am loving the suit already. It does have rooted hair, as you can see, which I hate, but I do have another Margot Robbie head sculpt, so I might just do some painting and swap that out. And you get a bunch of accessories, which we're just going to go ahead and pull those all out real fast. You don't need to see extra hands. You get a lot of them. We'll probably take a look at one, but I never think it's really needed to go through all of them. Holy cow, that's in there deep. Let's try this again. Probably destroying whatever item this is. Looks like playing card. Alright, for reference, getting that out, very tedious. If you've got small, tiny fingers, you're in luck. I have massive goof hands that don't really do too well with that. We'll take a look at this guy, too. Never hurts to see a trigger finger. Alright, we'll get that out of the way. And we're just going to do the quick and easy ones to knock them out. Like I said, she does come with some extra hands. They're really not anything special, so I am not going to spend a whole lot of time on them. Looks like you get some fists, a trigger hand, and a couple other ones. Anything really too exciting? No, looks like just various open and closed positions, trigger finger for each side. Pretty much good enough to hold the accessories that she comes with, which is the important part. You do get a cool little card here, which we can do a nice little close-up of. Actually did a good job with that. Surprisingly thick, which is nice. And almost, yeah, they detailed the back of that pretty well. I was hoping they would have done it close to a bicycle card, which I guess it is. It's just missing the bike in the middle. But cool little Joker that you get. Anytime you get a toy with a gun, I'm a happy camper. Let's take a look at this one. And they did a nice job at that. Cylinder rotates. Oh, and you can move the hammer. Hooray. It is all plastic, but that's fine. Love that they got the little stamp there. They did a nice job at that. It's painted up pretty well. Definitely cool. I feel like they could have done something on the handle, but maybe I'll paint something on there, who knows. Not bad at all. Now this bomb that they did, surprisingly detailed. I love that. They just did a really cool job at that. Honestly, that's probably one of the more impressive things about this figure to me, at least so far. But I'm a sucker for accessories, and that one's pretty dang cool. And you also get this beautiful little cane, which this is going to be a lot of fun to pose around with. There we go. This is such a cool little piece. This, of course, is also plastic, which is good. If it were metal, it'd be weighted really, really weirdly. So this part's probably a little bit fragile. I wouldn't, go whacking things with it, but definitely a cool piece. On to the more important part, the figure itself. Let's let her breathe. Alright, so this is basically supposed to be a Margot head sculpt, which is pretty close. This hair is awful. It's real bad. I hate rooted hair, I really do. So I'm going to have to do a lot of playing with that. But let's just pretend that the hair looks good. That head sculpt is really awesome. I really, really like it. Man, this hair is ugly. That is just really, really hideous. We're going to have to do some work with that. On to the actual outfit. Can't tell if it's a seamless body. Nope, definitely has joints. Really decent fabric quality, though. Some nice fancy high-heeled footwear with some little covers there, which is kind of cool. Don't know if that's a shoe that's attached to the foot. Looks like it. Yeah, so that's all just one piece there. Just as an FYI, if you're kid bashing or anything and the like. Now the costume, first impression is really not going to hinder movement at all. Ooh, you got a really good double joint in that knee. So you may have a little bit of restriction there in the thigh area, but nothing too big. I mean, she can do the Spartan kick, which is always a plus. And the jacket's really not very restrictive either, all things considered. You do get a double joint in the elbows. From what it feels, it might be a single. Either way, tons of mobility there. Can't really lift her arms much higher than that, at least without adjusting the jacket terribly, but that's alright. Definitely do get a lot of movement from it. I am really, really impressed. On the underside, you get the cool little vest. I think, don't want to be too pervy. Yeah, I even get a separate shirt under that, so that's cool. They did a really good job with the outfit on this too, I gotta say. Just even the stitching and everything is pretty dang good. I am certainly a fan, other than this hair. Ugh, this hair. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I really don't. That'll be a battle that I'm not looking forward to. But I feel like it's going to be one of those things where the juice is worth the squeeze. Even if I do yank this head off and plop another one on there, the outfit is outstanding. And I got that extra purple coat from the Joker figure, so that'll kind of fit on there nicely as well. Not a huge fan of the hands and just the wrist joints. It's just me. I don't know. I feel like compared to everything else, these are just very generic and doll-like, whereas like everything else on the figure, accessories, outfit, and the actual sculpt is quite outstanding. So it's a little bit of a letdown to see those, but we'll just make sure to have her holding something, or have her hands behind her back, something like that. It's an easy thing to fix and play with. Now, as I mentioned, you do also get a really cool looking throne for her, which try and get out of here. This might be a little bit tricky. Let me just kind of slide you out of the way. So the throne itself doesn't come in any sort of fancy packaging. It's basically just a generic brown box, but we'll see what we can do. Hopefully, it'll be nice and easy. I see a bunch of styrofoam and some golds, and that's a good thing. This thing's pretty dang big. Holy cow. Alright, that is... that's massive. Wowzers. That is really, really big. Now, mainly because I'm lazy and don't really want to adjust the camera and all of that good stuff quite yet, we're just going to do something like this. It almost looks comically oversized. Maybe not. It's a pretty big chair. That is a pretty big chair. Gonna be honest, not easy to pose with this position. I probably should have actually taken the time to just move the camera. But I think what I'll eventually end up doing is have her in some sort of legs up chillin' sort of thing, which might be tricky because her a little bit of a restriction in that little waist area. Let's play around a bit. Now I am curious. Little adjusting on the pants. So I feel like, in theory, if I had gravity working towards my favor, I still don't think she's gonna sit flush with the actual bottom. Let's see. Yeah, she still ends up lifted up a little bit. So I'm gonna have to play around with that just to find a good pose for her. I feel like the chair could have been smaller. I still kind of stand by that statement. But I can at least have her almost doing the L sit. Guess that's as close as I can get to it for now. I'll play around a whole bunch and have some fun with it, I'm sure. But just honestly, that throne is really dang big. It does, when she's actually just kind of plopped in it, work well. I ain't gonna lie there. And I guess technically Joker would be larger than her, so it does sort of fit in that regard. But I was thinking it would be a little bit smaller. Not that I'm gonna complain about it, because in the grand scheme of things, it is really, really well done. I mean, honestly, it's super hunky. Pretty sure it's all resin. Might be vinyl. Yeah, probably vinyl. Yeah, it's tough to say. The paint on that, fantastic. Even the little detailing up there. I mean, the chair is really, really cool. I shouldn't gush over it this much, but they did a good job. Alright, That's all I'm going to talk about furniture for today, I promise. Now, if you were still interested in this figure, like I said, you can still get them online from, I think, like 1/6 Outfitters should still have them. I want to say I paid 160, 170 something. So not terribly priced, especially considering you get that giant chair. Um, Maybe she was a bit more. Definitely under 200 bucks. Either way, certainly a cool little one. Happy to add her to the collection. I probably will. I'll probably head swap her. But that'll do it for this one. Y'all have a great one.